People in Facebook land and social media land. If you watch this on Facebook, you may be watching this on YouTube. I want to say hello. Today is Thursday. It is almost Good Friday, so I know a lot of you guys have already shut it down for the week. It's raining right now, so the rain is not letting me be great today. So my day has not totally shut down, but it's definitely put a damper on things. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are getting ready for Easter weekend and all those good things. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of seconds to come online. If you are driving, don't worry about watching me live. If you're driving, just get to your place, get to your destination. When you get a chance, come back and watch me. Click on the like so when you come back, you can find me. So if you're driving right now, don't stop driving. Don't look down at your phone. Go ahead and keep going. You can always catch me on the replay. But if you are at the house, at the office, on your lunch break, come on in. Come on in. Listen to what I got to say today. All right. So as you can see, the topic is what happens to your group life insurance when you retire and how to prepare. And I've done a number of videos, Facebooks and posts about group life insurance. And I don't have a love-hate affair with group life insurance. I actually think group life insurance is a great thing. I just personally believe that group life insurance to be a supplement. Hey, what's going on, Miss Tracy, a fellow life insurance agent? I think that group life insurance is a supplement to go along with a private life insurance policy. So I think you should have a group life insurance policy, but things happen. Things happen when you retire with a group life insurance policy. So let me tell you what happens when you have it. A lot of companies, particularly states and federal agencies, they're going to give you a group life insurance policy. Usually it caps out at $50,000. It depends on who you're employed with, but a lot of my clients I've run across, it caps out at $50,000. If you get sick while you got the group life insurance, you're good to go. You get diabetes, kidney, whatever, anything happen to you, as long as you got that group life insurance policy, something you pass away, you're good to go. So it's a great thing to have while you're employed, while you're working, years are going on. But what happens when you're about to retire? You're about to retire. Your group life insurance is possibly going to end. You had a history of health issues. You're probably in your late 50s, early 60s. You probably had diabetes, dialysis. You may have a stroke. You may have had a host of health issues that you bounced back from. But now you're about to retire, and your group life insurance is at jeopardy. And perhaps you had a private policy, but you canceled it because you had your group life. But now you're about to be outside without it. So first, I'm going to tell you how it works. Each company is different. Some companies, the moment you retire, they're going to cancel your group life insurance. You're out. You don't have any coverage. Other companies will allow you to keep the policy. It's going to change probably to the actual carrier that used it. I don't like the names of companies, but you know the major life insurance carriers. Thank you for sharing that, Tracy. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know the major carriers that offer group life insurance. Once you leave the company, you can go to that carrier that gave you that policy, and they will allow you to convert it to something different that's personal. That's a possibility. Some companies will let you continue your group life insurance into retirement. It depends on the company. And that's the key word. It depends on who you work for when you retire. That's going to dictate how your group life insurance works. Some of you guys may work for the state, the city, the federal government, and you got some. What's going on, Miss Sophia? Good morning. Good morning, Miss E. Love, my runway model. Glad to see you on here. And Miss Sophia, one of my stepping friends, a lot of social dancing. So it depends on who you're working for, and it depends on what type of retirement system you're into. But I'm gonna give you a couple examples. I looked up one university, and what they do is they actually reduce your group life insurance coverage. So let's say you had a $50,000 policy as a group life insurance policy. They reduce it to $5,000. So you retire from the university, they let you keep the coverage, but it's only $5,000. So you tell me what you're gonna do with $5,000. So a lot of you may not even be aware of this. And let me see, what else I found. I did a little research on this. Also, if you have a dependent, let's say you have a group life insurance policy, you put your wife down as a dependent. A lot of times when you retire from that company, that dependent stuff goes away. If they let you keep the policy, they may They may take your wife off or your husband off as a dependent. So a lot of things happen. So I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips. And like my preacher be saying, I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips, and this message is yours. Here's 3 quick tips to get ready for retirement, and you have a group life insurance policy. Number 1, speak with your HR representative. Whoever that person is, speak with them and ask them the question, hey, I'm about to retire in about a year or 2. What's the steps? What's going to happen? If they can't give you a good answer, speak with the system retirement representative. Particularly if you are a federal employee and things like that, speak with them and see what you need to do. You need to know your options, because a lot of people are walking around working thinking they're going to be good to go when they retire because they heard that they get this amount of money, but then when they start the retirement process, they realize, oh Lord, I didn't have the money I thought I was going to have. So it's good to go ahead and just know what your options are early on while you're still employed at the company. Number 2, assess your current health, your current time frame when you're about to retire, and your life insurance needs. I'm going to put these points in the comment section too. Number 1, assess your current health. You know, you've been employed for 20, 30 years. You have the group life insurance policy. You probably done had a couple of health issues during the time frame, and now you're about to retire with these health issues. That's gonna work against you in your life insurance policy. So, what's your current health? Number 2, what is your time frame? Are you 5 years away from retirement? 2 years away from retirement? Folks, you do not want to. The phone calls that I receive, or the people I call, don't wait till you're about 4 or 5 months away from retirement and now you want to get a life insurance policy. Don't do that. Don't wait till the last minute. If you know you're about to retire in 2 or 3 years, start working on that plan now. Life insurance. Do you currently have life insurance of your own that's outside of the company? Let's talk about that. So that's step number 2. Last tip. If you do have a term life insurance policy on top of your employer-provided life insurance, consider converting your term policy into a whole life policy. That depends on who you got the policy from. It depends on a couple of things, but you may be able to convert your term policy. Here we go, Bob. Hey man, look, we ain't doing that Bitcoin. Hey, you know what? If you got a couple $100,000 in the bank and you can burn that for Bitcoin, go knock yourself out. But a lot of these folks I deal with, they count every nickel they can get. But if you have a term policy, consider converting that term policy into a whole life policy, because maybe you have about 4 or 5 more years left before that 20-year, 30-year term expires. Get that thing turned into a whole life policy. And finally, if you don't have a term life policy, consider getting yourself a permanent life insurance policy. And in my case, I deal mainly with senior citizens, and I primarily sell final expense life insurance policies. These are policies that are very inexpensive. They don't ask a lot of health questions. It's going to allow you to be certain your final expenses are taken care of. But you want to get this done before you retire. I got to stress this because I deal with a lot of senior citizens, a lot of baby boomers that are about to retire. If you're in your 50s, late 50s, early 60s, you're about to retire, go ahead and start getting stuff done now. Don't wait till you're out the system and then want to get everything done. Go ahead and get it done now. So I'm about to copy and paste this into the comment section, just in case a lot of you guys came on late. If you're coming in just now, I'm talking about what happens when you retire from a job or group life insurance and what you need to do to prepare for it. And I am putting that in the comment section, some tips you can do. And just to give you an example, let's say that you're a 60-year-old woman. At age 60, you're either about to retire, you just retired, or you're close to retirement, and you're a couple years away from qualifying for getting early Social Security. You're about to be a couple years away from being eligible for AARP, for getting Medicaid. You're in that little sweet spot. So let's say you're a 60-year-old woman, you're still working, but you know you're about to retire, and you want to get your life insurance policy on yourself before everything changes. I just did a real quick quote. For a 60-year-old woman, non-smoker, a $10,000 policy would be about $32 a month. That's at age 60. Let's say if you wait till you're 68 and 70, you know, I haven't did that quote yet, but I can tell you it's gonna be a little high. So that's what I want to let you guys know. Keep your group life insurance if you're employed, but just know that when you retire, things will change. Some of you are gonna lose your group life. Some of you are gonna get reduced coverage. Some of you may be able to keep a little bit, but know your options. And if you have any other questions, or maybe your parent is about to retire real soon and they don't really know what's going on, then tell them to give me a call at 225-397-7735, or you can inbox me here, Thomas Dixon, or you can inbox me at Thomas Sell Life Insurance. That's all I got for you guys. You guys be safe. Have a safe and happy Easter weekend. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.